born with a gun to his head, and the song is Suicide Solution. Underneath that,
Suicidal tendencies.
this is Suicidal Tendencies, and they've got a skull kind of situation.
That's the back cover of the album, and their fans wear white shirts and have these kinds of drawings. Now, this group was once obscure. They now have a video on MTV.
On MTV?
Yes.
On that note, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. On MTV?
Yeah.
Tipper, there's a question for you in the audience. Go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Joe Harvard, and I own Fort Apache Recording Studios in Roxbury, also in Cambridge. I'd just like to say, as a member of the recording industry, that I feel that in some ways what you're doing is you're pulling in aligned media. You're saying, here's a proof. Friday the 13th is a horrible movie. You're sort of aligning the whole pop culture thing with as a way of justifying not an attack, but your position on the recording industry. And I feel that there's two parts. One, the reason we can't defend ourselves is because we don't have the same sort of advertising. For instance, why not rate television shows? I'm far more concerned about what my nieces, for instance, see on television, because it's accessible 24 hours a day. They don't have to buy it.
Censors, and they have to go past the censors.
But that still hasn't stopped television from basically portraying women as, just as you say. Anyone who watches TV regularly can pretty much say that women are equally depicted as bimbos, and the whole TNA thing is much more deeply rooted, I would say, in media television than it is.
Let me ask you specifically, do you think there's anything damaging about songs about suicide and the groups that dress up in these outfits, knowing that what the suicide rate is in this country?
Right, and I understand what you're saying, but I guess I feel like, why restrict subject matter in our media? No one ever told the existentialist authors don't write about bum-out topics. No one ever told Proust or Joyce or any of those those people, or Beckett, don't bum people out by writing about maudlin. Those are the issues that people deal with in their lives. And
I think Tipper is saying that you're not asking them not to write about it, you're asking them to identify it.
Exactly.
Right.
You can write about anything that you want to write about, but since younger kids are tuned in, if the recording industry would let people know voluntarily, then that's helpful to parents who are concerned about this. Your other point, I think, is a good one. I talk about television violence. I talk about the cumulative effects of a young kid watching, say, 30 hours of TV a week, 18,000 murders by the time they graduate high school. The teen slasher films are the fastest growing, most popular part in all of these, or some musicians using degrading images of women as sex object or victim. It runs through all of these media. What's the cumulative impact on younger children? What
Do you have any studies on that specifically?
Yes, they're in the book. There's a lot of studies about viewing violence and increased aggressiveness in children, changes in attitude. Sexual violence has been documented to desensitize people to real violence, to the rape, thinking that women maybe like to be forced sexually. Yeah, it's all documented.
This is a fascinating book. Let me move off of this, though, to the campaign that you're involved in right now. Okay. How you doing under the scrutiny of the press?
The Meade had a great idea, so they thought they'd toy around with it a bit.